Oh, hello again. So today we are going to be talking about all the stuff you don't need. I know everyone likes to talk about those planning essentials and all the bits and bobs that you need for the perfect planner and to have the best time planning. But I'm going to tell you what you don't need. And I think this video is going to be much more important than the stuff you do need because I fell prey to a lot of these things. Obviously, if I'm able to show them in the video, I thought I needed all this stuff, and you really don't when you're starting out. So I'm going to show you the 5 or so things that you definitely don't need when planning, and hopefully this will help you save money and make sure that you get the most out of your planning experience without ending up with hordes of stationery supplies. So the first thing you desperately do not need are all of the notepads and the sticky notes from Target. I realize they're $1, and I realize they're adorable, but you won't use them all. Trust me. Maybe you can set something up where you share with friends, so you buy like this notepad. These came in like sets of 2, kind of like this, I think, or something. Maybe you all buy one, or you each take turns based on the season, and then you give each other like 10 sheets from it or something. But I ended up with a drawer full of like 50 different sticky notes and sticky pads and notepads and all these things, and I probably only used like 1 or 2 sheets for the entire season. I have like 20 different Valentine's Day ones. You don't need these things unless you take a lot of sticky notes or you use them for work or something. Even if it's $1, you can say no to them. Trust me, it's not worth it anymore. I've actually cut down immensely on my collection. If you saw my desk tour, I barely have any left. And I try my hardest to avoid it, or I split them up and give them to people. You don't need them. Just trust me, you don't need it. Along the same line, you really don't need the Target page flags. I have basically every single one, and I've probably only used like 2 or 3 from this set and a couple from this. And the rest of them just sit there. They look pretty and then do nothing. They do nothing. So unless you specifically know what you want to use them for, don't succumb to the hype and everyone hunting for them. You are fine without them. Trust me. I use them in a couple of spreads. I'll try to link one in the corner if I can find one. Like there's a donut spread from back in like April that I use them very well, and I'm really excited about trying to keep using them and stuff. And I have a plan to film a stickerless plan with me in the future, that these would come in definitely handy for that. But if you have a bunch of stickers and you're really getting into like the sticker world of planning, these are unnecessary. Another thing that you really don't need when planning are jumbo paper clips or anything that is of excess or decorative that just won't do much good. If you use these paper clips, it'll dent your paper. And I was so excited about them, and I have a lot of things that look like this or like decorative pieces, and I just keep them in a little bin, and they're nice to look at, but they're not functional. So get a paper clip or a magnetic bookmark. I really like using the magnetic bookmarks because they don't stick out of your planner, and so they don't get caught on anything, and then they stay really well. Use something like that instead of succumbing to giant things that are supposed to be small and now they're jumbo and they look really cute. Just don't do it. Another thing you really don't need when planning, however, it looks really adorable, so I'll give it that, are tassels. They serve no purpose. I love them. I have quite a few, but besides just dangling from your planner pointlessly and making it really hard to like open the planner when you have one attached to it, they don't serve any purpose. So if you're getting into planning, I would say save the money, get a couple more stickers or something like that instead of buying this decorative thing. On a more serious note, if you're getting into planning, you'll see a lot of posts about different pens and writing utensils and like, look how great this one writes, or comparative ones. You don't need a bunch of different pens. You just don't. I use a Sharpie pen and a friction pen, and the occasional Sharpie permanent one. But I have a bunch. I have these Stabilo ones, I have these profile ones, and I always think that I want a bunch of different colors, that I'm going to start color coordinating things. I don't color coordinate. I use black. And I have a bin full of pens and markers that I just will not use. So find one that works for you. Buy like 12 of them. So in case you lose them, like me, I'm always losing pens. And call it good. And you'll be much happier about it. You won't be switching colors or trying to change up your pen mid-year and like flipping from one page to the other and be like, this one's so darker, what is happening? And just find something that works for you and stick with it, because you'll be happier in the long run. You like it for a reason, so why switch? So this last thing I'm gonna be a bit ashamed about, because it is my guilty pleasure. But if you're just starting out planning and you're trying to find ways to save money but still have a really fun time with this new hobby, this is definitely something you can hold off on until you figure out your system and you aren't spending a lot of money setting up your system, like once you're good and set. But you really don't need covers. And this is a coil that has all of mine, and there are so many. And I wish I could say this is all of them, but it's not, because this is like the thing that I just can't resist. But if you can resist, more power to you, because you are a bigger person than I am. But covers are like $11 a piece from Erin Condren, and if you just save that money, you can get 2 or 3 sticker sheets and be a lot happier, or, you know, just save that money in general and buy groceries or whatever. But these are definitely a kind of splurge item that you really don't need when starting out with planning. So those were the 5 or 6 items that you can just hold off getting if you're starting out planning, or just avoid them altogether if you're a strong-willed person and can stay focused and stay to the course. I know it's really hard because there's such beautiful planner Instagrams out there, and there's always something new and adorably exciting, but saving a couple dollars here and there means you can buy things that you really want, and you can make the planner exactly how you want and the experience that you're looking for. But if this is what you're looking for, totally get it. I'm not saying that this is wrong. Obviously, I own them. I'm more or less just trying to help you guys stay focused on the point of planning and avoid all the excess noise. But let me know in the comments below what you think you don't need for planning. What are things that you've seen or things that maybe you've purchased that you know now are definitely not essential to the planning process? Leave all those in the comments. It'll definitely help out all the new people who are mixed into this crazy world and don't know which way is up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!